And the phone's going nuts.
Are we live?
Girl, we've been live. This is warm up.
Hey. Wait, why does it say starting soon then?
Because we still trying to get right. I don't know.
You can hear us, give us a shout out. We just did our sound check, but it's unclear.
It's no idea.
Leave us a comment. We're coming in clear. I think. Oh, I done knocked over your pop figure.
Gas destroyer.
I am so sorry. So sorry.
It's okay. No, we rebuilt.
Well, we can start by rebuilding by the fact that we don't have an agenda.
Because this is an introduction.
Oh, you didn't put my gamer tag in the comments. You need to type it. Snowy for all of those that don't know.
Wait a minute, we didn't start yet.
Oh, I thought it-
No, we warming up. This is like a pre-show, pre-gaming.
Well, pre-game my name.
Pre-game my name.
Pre-game my gamer tag.
Pre-game my name. Clickety clack clack.
Yep, that's me in the back.
Clickety clack. My name in the back.
Clickety, clickety, clickety.
Clickety.
So, how do we warm up? How was your day?
It was fine. I mean, work, kids.
Yeah.
One of them coming now. That's exactly why this is a
Why
warm
would we
up.
give instructions?
It's a warm up.
Hey, we're about to go down. Don't start.
Hello, everybody. For those of you tuning in, we're still getting warmed up here. We don't know if you can hear us or not. If you can, please drop something in the comments. We had a parental issue of snacks at the moment.
Oh, Lord. Anyone that has children should understand what we're going through.
Yeah, we hoping y'all can hear us. Drop a comment or two if you can.
Yeah, are we coming in clear? Hello, hello, hello. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Unbelievable. I cannot. Oh, yay. They can hear us. It works.
I'll let that one go, Chad.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
Our
big 10.
children are tuning in, Chad.
That's a big 10 for.
Lord. We have to put disclaimers up. Children will be in and out of here.
I mean, it's PG-13.
Unbelievable.
I'll sing it in a minute.
How are you going to take the starting soon screen off? We are here.
The countdown is 3 minutes. Calm down.
Oh my goodness.
Such in a rush.
Because I want to get going. Combos. Let's get it. Can't remember which one's which.
Drop him a tag in the chat. I like that energy. I'm just reading chat.
You've already read it.
Read
You
the
don't need to
stream.
read it again. Thanks.
You can hear Snowy Monster 603.
Oh yeah, that's my gamer tag. Shout out.
You can shout out yourself.
That's right. This
That's
is
how
our
that works.
first. This is our first podcast. This is how it goes.
Yeah?
Shouting myself out. That's right. Wow.
I got it upstairs. I own Demon Slayer. I've played it a little bit. I haven't played it too much due to everything I own.
I don't know. Why did you pick that as the background, or is that just your normal background?
I switch it. I can switch it. I can do what I want.
I mean, we can talk about anime since you don't have an agenda.
It's not started yet.
I'm just saying, you don't have an agenda, so.
We're going to start it 2 minutes early since she won't leave me alone.
Why don't we just call it marriage counseling?
Hello, everybody.
Hey! Oh, that's a better one.
Oh, it is?
Marvel! We can talk about Marvel.
We could talk about an introduction.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
So sorry. We should introduce ourselves.
We should introduce ourselves.
My name. Oh.
Just okay.
I'm sorry. No, you go ahead. Go first.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, thank everybody for joining in this afternoon, this evening. This is our first stream, first podcast gig.
Legit.
We're known as Blerdy Company.
Woo!
It's a
I'm sorry.
very nerdy married couple, so you'll get a little bit of everything here: movies, comics, games, marriage, counseling,
Yep, we can do all that.
kid advice,
I was gonna say we can go through it all.
whatever you need.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes, lady.
I mean, that was a quick introduction.
You should introduce yourselves for the people who have not heard you before.
Oh, okay. Yes, we are taking over my husband's channel. We will get our own together eventually, but for now, you can call me Snowy Monster. Drop the 603.
Drop the 603.
Just saying, it's easier to remember.
And as you always know, it's me. Oh, finger to the face. It's Reaper.
Woo woo!
Some people know me as other things I cannot discuss due to potential viewers.
I was gonna say we can't say our real name, so
I'll just say touching. You know what that is.
Oh my goodness. Maybe we should call it like the Snowy and Reap show per the Blerdy Company.
I can roll with that.
Yeah.
But first time chat viewer.
Welcome.
I'm not going to say legal names here. I'm just going to keep it at screen names. I don't know what you want to talk about first.
Oh, you said you had a topic earlier. And that was
all right. This topic.
Give it to me.
Mm.
Is it that serious?
Kanye West.
Oh Lord, Donda.
So apparently he's under investigation for assault of him apparently assaulting somebody at 3 a.m. And this could have all happened because he just decided not to sit down. We have seen the blackest of chats. Time management. I mean, if you look at the history of Kanye West and the stuff he's been through, I mean, he lost his mom, and I think that's when everybody's seen a break in character.
Oh yeah. He's definitely went through it.
And then some time went by, and he seemed to be cool. And it seemed like all was well. Then you had the announcement of the divorce. And he's been wilding.
I mean, wait, so who did he assault?
I don't know. Apparently, some fan, somebody. There's a video of him screaming at somebody outside next to a taxi or a car or something.
Oh,
There's
paparazzi.
no, there's no, there's no angle of who he's yelling at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like this. Wait a minute. Forget Kanye. Let's talk about this chat box.
Literally just started.
Let's talk about this chat box.
Wow. Sorry, Kanye.
I see a blackest of Chad.
Or no, Ye. He's not
But
even
are you
Ye.
the-
He's not even Kanye anymore. You didn't even call him his right name. Sorry,
Who,
Ye.
Ye?
Yeah. All right, now we can move on. It's okay. We've closed it now.
No, I like this chat here. Blackest of Chads.
Oh, things to talk
Darkest
about.
of Chads. Oh.
Look, time management
Galga
within the
Jet.
marriage.
Doctor said be told, make a cure for COVID-19 10 years ago. That's why they killed him. There's a lot of cures he had that I feel like he was murdered for, but what you doing over there?
Waiting for you to go to the next subject.
How about you pick a subject?
Oh, my turn. I'm going with
It's suggested we need to play
I'm going
It
with
Takes
Black
Two on
Boy.
stream.
No, I'm going with Black Boy Chad. He said time management within the marriage. Like, you hear time management at work? I've never heard someone say it in the marriage, so now he really got me thinking about it.
Define time management.
Okay, so I work somewhere where you have to always manage your time. Like, there's always something going on. There's always stuff like people are gonna ask you to get done.
That's roughly 8 hours.
Right. So, but to ask someone to do it in a marriage. So, let's just talk about that aspect, not even throw kids in there. Managing time in what ways? Spending time with each other, going places with each other, talking with one another. How much time do you actually dedicate to do these things?
Well, you have to factor the kids in on the strength of kids are unpredictable.
No,
could-
just talk as if there are no kids. Like, we don't.
There were no kids.
Yeah.
It, it depends on the couple. For us, it's always mood. So we'll get off. One of us may be tired. That may factor in a whole day.
True.
If it's a weekend, because we tend to want to do more on a weekend, it's like 50% of my day will go to you.
Oh.
The other 50% will go to whatever I want to do, but because I'm such an overthinker, I don't know what I want to do.
Okay.
So I'll spend 25% of that 50 figuring out what to do.
Black Boy Chad over here spending time and going places are the same thing. No, it's not.
Finger will burn that book.
Wait. I could spend time with you in the house and not go anywhere. We don't even have to. Well, how we spend time. We're not even in the same room when we spend time. I'm on my Xbox and you're on yours. And then we go places together too. See, those are two separate things. Slightly.
They are. But I guess the question of time management is of just the balance, I guess. How do you balance it?
I mean,
Like what do you feel is enough versus okay, I'm gonna go do this. And let's factor in work into this.
I mean that's it's a little harder when you put it like that.
See, I was already thinking that. See, that's how much I'm such an overthinker. I was already that far thinking about it.
I was gonna say I'm like thinking of the now. You're thinking of like 500. You're like the Doctor Strange. There's 14,000 something different ways you're thinking about something, whereas I only had like the two thoughts, and that was about it. You're like already way
It's a gift and a
way
curse.
more.
It's a gift and a curse. I admit it.
Just saying.
Well, I mean, I guess that really answers it. What's going on here? Strange thinking. It is strange thinking. I tend to think ahead of every scenario, so I'm better prepared, protected, if you will.
Well, it's not. Well,
Out of the box thinking.
I was gonna say we can say it's strange and out of the box, but it's very unique. You know. Well,
It is to most people. I feel like that's actually what deters people. I feel like people are a little intimidated to talk to me
mm-hmm.
because you don't know what you necessarily get. Like you can talk to me about something,
Yeah.
and my thinking goes everywhere in aspects that you may not think about. Kind of like if they announce, okay, it's 12 inches of snow, and everybody's like, oh man, I get to stay in. I don't have to drive in.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm sitting there and I'm like, I gotta clean the snow off the steps.
Of course, you're gonna think about it that way, not the joy of just like being off from work at home. No.
No, because I wasn't necessarily raised like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
the era I was raised in was to be excited about snow and to go play in it and to be off of school and stuff like that. But as I gotten older and I've gone through things,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I'm ever truly done with whatever it is I need to do. So while my kids are like, oh, it's snow, I'm not looking at it that way. It's more of an inconvenience.
That's so funny.
And I took a different approach this year. I took my children out as soon as it snowed, and I had to realize that my 2-year-old is just not physically tall enough to enjoy it, as he fell directly into the snow.
I was gonna say he almost buried himself, and I was just like, I don't know how much this is gonna work for him. He had a great time though, as it like melted. And he could walk, and then still proceeded to fall.
He
But
still
at least,
didn't.
he wasn't like gone and disappeared.
He still didn't, because I love my children, but they're useless.
Unbelievable. We'll say how we really feel about them on another stream.
Example: my 2-year-old falls on his face, and you would think that picking him up would be a thing, and no, not my kids. They left him there
trying to show us
to show us a
like
snowball.
a snowball, and I was like, your brother's down for the count. Can you help pick him up? No.
And it also makes me question this generation of kids, because as kids you're taught to be creative. You're taught to do all these things with snow, make snowmen, make igloos, things like that. Nah, not my kids. Look, it's snow. That's their outlook.
Dude,
Look, I'm holding snow.
I can't.
That's their excitement.
Yeah, well, that's them.
You watch Eternals yet?
No, I didn't watch that movie.
Why you say it like that?
Because I like you for once, and I try not to do this, but I like you for once. Listen to what other people said. It was it was trash. It was garbage. Don't do it. Da da da. And then I just lost interest, so I just didn't care about it. I was more excited for Encanto than
Well, that movie
Eternals.
was actually that movie actually shocked me this year. I didn't expect anything for it. We went to the movies for it. I went in with a clean slate of thinking. I didn't know whether I would enjoy it. I think the last one of those movies we saw that was expected to be one way just wasn't. I forgot what it was.
What?
A Disney movie we saw.
Encanto?
No, before.
Before Encanto. What would we
No,
have
you
seen?
know what it was?
What?
It was Disney Plus. It was Luca.
Oh, that movie was trash. I don't care what none of you say.
I fell asleep on that movie numerous times.
That movie was terrible.
But I didn't watch it either, to be honest. I actually went and watched the end credits while it was still in the theaters. I went on YouTube. I was like, I don't care.
Wait, which movie?
Eternals.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I haven't gotten past them getting out of the water.
Exactly. Movie is boring.
It was probably the most boring Disney movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And there's a couple snoozes movies that they've made, but I don't know. Something about Eternals. Like I'm gonna watch it because I know I have to watch it, but I don't know anything about them, and I think that was the problem most people had. My father-in-law
Yeah.
actually texted me this morning because he watched it and he's like, "It's not meant for you, Hugh." My father-in-law texted us this morning about him watching Eternals, and he also knows nothing about them. So he's like, the movie was convoluted.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
He didn't like it, and in my opinion, that movie's not meant to really introduce another group of superheroes. It's meant to introduce one or two.
Wait a minute though. Is Eternals gonna become like Spider-Man, like how Homecoming and Far From Home?
No,
And then boom, No Way Home was amazing.
no, I don't think.
Because isn't Eternal slated for 2 more?
No,
Oh, it was just that one?
it was only ever this one.
Oh Lord. Yep. And it had a lot of good actors and actresses like lined up for those.
That's why I had no
like
high hopes for this movie.
Angelina Jolie, Jon Snow. Y'all know what his real name is, but he will always be Jon Snow to me.
Kit Harington.
Yeah, there you go. But Jon Snow is what we will go by. Who else? Oh, your dude from Atlanta was in it.
I can't remember his name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
It just, when you have that many stars,
Mm-hmm.
you can't have that much hope for that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Because the history of Marvel, they've always introduced, another actor here or there, or they start a whole new franchise and there's 2 lead actors that you're like, oh, they picked such and such, and then everybody else is supporting cast and they get, they blow up off that.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first Marvel movie that had a ton of actors in it, and this was a starting franchise, and I'm kind of like, no, this isn't going to end well.
Yeah.
There's no way these characters are going to sit in this franchise. Marvel's not paying Angelina Jolie for 9 movies. They're not going to turn around and then pay Kit Harington and all these.
Of
They're not going to do that.
No. But she also does like her own Disney movies as well. So they probably was like, hey, you busy?
I mean, essentially,
you mind stepping away from the leftovers and doing this?
Well, essentially, when Disney locks eyes with an actor, yeah, it does go beyond whatever it is they sign on for, but it's not everybody. It's kind of like the whole Vin Diesel thing in playing Groot, because he originally was not supposed to play Groot.
Right.
He was actually, I believe, to be Black Bolt
Really?
for that failed TV series.
I mean, I knew he wasn't supposed to be Groot. I didn't know who he was supposed to be.
I think it was Black Bolt
for
the Inhumans, because the Inhumans was originally supposed to be a movie, and then got turned into a show instead, and it flopped horribly.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even watch an episode because I didn't believe in watching any Marvel show on ABC. I saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They announced it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I crushed that show.
But as you see the trailer, you see Coulson. That's hard. I watched him die in Avengers. How are you going to explain this?
Hey, multiverse!
So no, this wasn't the thing back then. So I checked out the first 2 episodes, and when I saw how they explained it, I no longer was interested.
Spoiler alert. He died.
You should have seen it by now.
Well, yeah, it's been years. But
Avengers has been out for a while. You've seen Avengers.
No, I just meant in the show.
He dies again?
I forget. It's been so long. It's been 2 or 3 years since I watched it.
He dies again?
Not only that, he was replaced with artificial intelligence. It was crazy. I didn't never finished it.
Well, apparently people have
I
like
think
been.
my cousin finished it though.
Well, apparently people want that show to come back, and I think that is.
Well, the first couple of seasons were great.
But I think that's what they said tied into the Hawkeye show. Spoiler if you haven't seen it. Not really spoiling too much of anything, but there's a watch they find, and apparently it ties to one of the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that was enough to make people try to petition to bring it back. And I'm just kind of like, no. Everything's not meant to come back. Kind of like the news from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, as it's rumored that Ben Affleck was given a contract to appear in this movie as Daredevil. If you've seen that movie, you know why this could be mind-boggling. The Matrix is meant to come back. No, after watching The Matrix Resurrections, it is not. They should have left it alone.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Matrix 4 was one of those movies that I had to watch. I said to myself, oh, it wasn't bad. And then I went to sleep and woke up. And all of my negative thoughts came to mind. Ghostbusters was meant for a return. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. As a kid, I had the backpack. I had the actual vehicle that drove in, the Ecto one. Some of the figures. The only thing I didn't have was the ghost trap. My mother told me I had too much stuff, I couldn't get it. This was right before the Power. I think this is right before the Power Rangers phase. Another franchise that was not meant for a comeback, since we're on the subject of comebacks, was Resident Evil.
Oh my lord. Yeah, no.
Because the only thing that movie got right was the locations.
Yeah. I mean, you know more than me, but even just someone who has like never played the games, just seen stuff, it was horrible.
Well, that was the moment I actually realized why I don't argue with anybody on Twitter. Because as I'm on there, somebody posted a link of pre-ordering the movie, like the physical copy of the movie, and it cost $55. And that's the first pre-order I've seen for a movie that like came out in theaters and they announced it, that I've seen that was that high. And I immediately said to myself, I'm not paying $55 for this movie. I wouldn't pay $20 for this movie. People originally asked me my opinion. I say, well, it was better than the original set of movies, but that's not saying much.
Right.
Because I still didn't agree with this movie at all. But when I went on Twitter, I basically said something along the lines of I wouldn't pay the amount I would for that pre-order. And it sparked a whole chain of events on Twitter of people either siding with the movie or not siding with the movie. My comment alone stirred up whatever in that chain. Well, most people were praising the movie, and they were praising it on the strength that it was different. And I said that was the problem with the movie. If you looked at the original set of Resident Evil movies, the reason why you didn't like it was because it didn't follow anything. So when you watch the first Resident Evil movie, it's in a mansion. Okay, I give you that. There was a mansion. But here's Alice. Nobody knows who this character is.
Right.
She didn't even know who she was.
No, of course not.
Mila Jovovich didn't even know Resident Evil was a game franchise until the 4th or 5th movie.
It's like she was sitting in her trailer and they were like, yeah, man, we really love this game. And she was like, say what?
But you know what the problem was?
My husband just wrote this script for fun. What do you mean?
That was the worst part about it, was the fact that the husband was the director. How did you not tell her? And then
it's our little secret.
But then she went on a rant when I think Resident Evil 7 was released and demanded that her character be in the game and made a big deal about it.
I'm confused.
I'm just like, nobody knows who you are. And we can't, why would they include a character in an already built universe?
Right.
Well, your character's never referenced. Why would they just spring up an android character
Ain't got time.
who evolved like Goku every movie?
See, this is why I watch television shows. This is why I don't do movies. Like, I'll watch them. I like them. Trust, we could have a whole conversation about a bunch of movies back in the day, current, now, whatever. But I watch television shows. I need that character development. I need to be sucked into an entire new universe. I need to feel like we are not even on Earth right now. We are on a whole different plane, and I'm in this new world, and I don't have to think about things. Okay? I'm for that anime life. I'm for those DC, let me be clear, DC animated shows. I have to say that very clear to you all, because I am not referring to anything DC does live action. Not at all.
Black Boy Chad says you need to watch more anime. Oh,
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Do I not watch enough anime?
tell him what you watch. Tell him
I'm
what
like
you
an
watch.
anime head. Hold on, I think I have a. I should like. Hold on. Blah. I
Well,
should
while
have
she
a
pulls out,
list
while she
of
pulls
my
out her
animes.
list, she's currently going through Naruto.
Oh yeah.
I refuse to watch it.
No. I finished Naruto. I'm watching Naruto Shippuden right now.
Oh, never mind. He said that prior. He said that.
Oh. You know
Prior
my
to you.
connection is a little slow. Wait, I still want to pull my list up though. Now that we're in
Yeah,
it.
she's gonna pull up the list.
Now that we're
But as she
in
pulls
it.
up the list, she's currently watching Naruto. I'm not watching it. I just can't do it. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z. I grew up on coming home, watching new episodes, and then when a season was over and I came home from school the next day, we would be back at Raditz and I'd be confused.
Oh, I remember that.
And then we
happening,
would
yeah.
get all the way to Frieza, come back home, Raditz. Then we would get through Cell, come home, Raditz.
You know how dumb I would sound going to my brother and being like, did I miss like an episode? Like what happened? And he'd be like, oh no, it's, you have to wait. The episodes aren't here yet. And I'd be like, what do you mean?
Right, because as a kid, it's just like when you watch Power Rangers or something and there's no new episodes, you see a repeat, and then after a while, you see new ones. And it's like, oh, okay. But you don't think of it that way when it came to Dragon Ball because of how long those episodes were as far as something happening. Like I watched 20 episodes of Goku on King Kai's planet.
Right. Legit. Like who did it? You could probably like quote it word for word.
Or even like him getting to Namek. He's in this tube training,
Yep.
taking forever to get there. Everybody's getting wrecked. Vegeta's getting wrecked.
Dude.
Gohan's hiding. Goku ain't there yet.
Okay, look. So I can't find the list, right?
All right, go ahead.
So all I did was like pull up what the internet thinks are the 30 best animes of all time. I was
let's
gonna
go.
pull up the 100 one, but then we'd be here forever.
No,
and,
keep it short.
And we're running out of time. So okay, just
I'm not big on anime, by the way, because I'm horrible with TV shows. So there's that.
true. One of these, I'm not gonna say because it's one of those if I mess it up. Be yelled at.
Yeah, the anime community gonna be on your back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. But anyhow, Cowboy Bebop. That's one of them.
Never watched it, believe it or not.
Well, believe it or not, I didn't finish it. Only because it was one of those it was on a streaming service and then got taken off.
All
And
right.
I haven't come back to it. Because I'm very much on if I get sucked into an anime, I need it on Netflix, Funimation, or Crunchyroll. I'm not for Hulu with the commercials and I'm not paying extra for it. I need let's go. I need to binge the crap out of it. So we'll get back to that. Your favorite,
What's that?
My Hero Academia.
Funny story.
Great.
My wife wouldn't touch that show at first.
I sure did. And I was like, I'm not watching that.
I don't even know what made me watch it when they first aired, but I was on Funimation. I was in my TV phase because, as I said before, I'm horrible with TV shows. So
Right.
you'll catch me on TV here and there, and then you'll catch me more on movies or gaming. I pop it on. I thought it was interesting. The aspect quirks. Some people ain't got it. Said, hey, you gonna like it. She turned it down. I forced her to watch it by season 2. She then was watching it every season from that point.
Yep, sure was. I have this great rule from my brother, which is if you start a show, watch the first 3 episodes. If it gets you in, good. If it doesn't get you in by the 3rd episode, just stop watching it. And something else I put on top of that is I'm big on art. So if the art or the animation doesn't even look like it's something I like, I won't even touch it.
I give you that.
And then but also depending on like even if I see a picture or even a clip, if it does not look like I'm going to get character development, I'm not watching it. And I looked at that show and I saw it and I was scrolling and I was like, I'm not watching that.
Well, I mean, the art thing that you pointed out is the reason why I didn't watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, but the story.
That's what I hear. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna do it the same way I did Death Note.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. And first of all, when you explain this story, know that I do not agree with him in like by any means. I don't think what he did was correct. But go ahead.
So
Break it down.
as previously brought up in this stream, I have weird thinking. I never seen Death Note, never heard of it, right? Until Netflix decided they were going to make the movie. Okay. Tell my wife about it. You want to watch the anime? No, not yet. Horrible with shows, better with movies. So it comes out on Netflix. Me and my wife sit down, have popcorn, everything. About to make it a date night. Turn it on. 2 minutes in. My wife sees something in this movie. Now, because I don't watch the show, I don't know what's going on. But the Death Note comes out of the sky. She's immediately irritated. Okay. Keep watching. I don't know what's going on. Then there's a scene in the school right behind that. She immediately jumps up and turns it off.
Well, first of all, the Death Note falling from the sky is correct. That did indeed happen.
Not that soon.
No. Well, actually, I can't remember if it happened in the first.
It takes a little bit.
No, it does happen in like the 2nd or 3rd episode, I believe.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. There's
actually,
like,
it could have happened in the first. I don't actually remember.
But there was something else going on. It didn't just start with him walking and then boom, walking around the school and then it just fell.
Oh, well, maybe that's what it was because it was like 2 minutes in. I was like, turn it off.
I did watch the movie first. I'm gonna tell you why. So she's determined she's not watching this movie.
Oh no, I got up.
She was full-fledged. I'm not watching this movie. Maybe an expletive or two came out. She was that upset. So that made me curious. I have a curious mind. So I look at her and I said, I'm gonna watch that movie. I didn't do it that night. A couple weeks went by, a couple months went by. Then I go in the room. This is one of those 50-50 conversations that we had earlier about time spending. This 50% I decided to go watch it. She comes in the room. You sure you don't want to watch the show? No. Because my thinking was, I know nothing about this show. And I love movies. So I'm going to watch this movie knowing nothing about it. And I'm going to treat it as such. That this is a movie. So if I enjoy the movie, I should enjoy the show. If I don't enjoy the movie, I just don't enjoy the movie. But at the end of the day, I'm going to then watch the show, and that will further tell me how much I hate or love this movie.
Yeah, see, that's just that overthinking mind of yours.
So as I watch it, I immediately did not like Lakeith Stanfield casted as L.
Absolutely. He's a great actor.
And he's a great actor, but this is me not even seeing the show. And I just immediately said to myself, he don't belong there. I don't know if it was because he was just, I just didn't feel like he was the right casting. Even though he's a weird actor,
right?
In the beginning, that has changed. Some of the roles he's taken, the harder they fall. That he was my favorite character in that movie. Atlanta. He's one of my favorite characters. A lot of that has changed.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Funny story. I actually seen the last Airbender movie and never seen the show.
Same thing.
And I'm gonna give y'all one better. I saw the last Airbender in IMAX in the theater
Big money.
and never seen the show.
Crazy.
Because again, I like movies. I was in the movies every weekend, so that was one of those instances where I just watched it because it was out.
Here's the thing. If I'm telling you, back to Death Note, if I'm telling you, you should not watch this. Let's move on. And you just decide, I'm gonna go ahead and see it through. Like, you gotta see it through, my boy. I was like, no, you can see it through by yourself.
Well, you gotta let me finish. So when I watched the movie, I had mixed reactions, right? Because there were aspects.
Wait,
of
which
like,
one? Which one?
This is Death Note.
Okay.
I like nothing about Avatar because I never watched the show. I never watched the show. So when I watched the movie, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So I just never watched the cartoon because at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I don't even know what the movie was about. I don't know what I just watched.
Oh my lord.
So Death Note, I understood it, but there were aspects I didn't like. There was a lot of aspects I didn't like, actually. So then I go and watch the show, and Death Note instantly became my favorite anime because of their thinking.
Okay.
Because as an overthinker and out of the box thinker as I am, I'm watching a show about thinkers. This guy gets this Death Note and he's trying to outthink everybody. Then he comes across two more beings who outfunk him. And I was like, wow. But the biggest thing for me was he tried to think so far ahead that he sent Ryuk away in like episode 19. And I didn't see him again until 34, I think. And I kept every episode I watched, I kept saying, where did he go?
Dude.
He just sent this being off. And I didn't know why, where, until he did come back in the move he made. And I said, that is wild. And yes, I still have not watched Avatar, and I've bought my wife the whole set. I've bought her figures, statues. I've still not watched the show because I think for me, but for me, I'm gonna tell you why I have not watched it. I can give you all day why I won't watch Naruto.
Okay, go ahead.
I haven't watched I got thrown off by this Uncharted question. I'm gonna answer that. I didn't watch Avatar because I didn't realize it wasn't actually an anime. When I seen Nickelodeon pop up, I was like, "What is this? This can't be."
Okay. And many people thought that. Like, it was very confusing for Nickelodeon to come out with a show like that. Like,
Yeah, to me, I treated it like a cartoon at that point.
yes. Well, realistically, I think it is still considered a cartoon. It's not. It has Japanese features to it, but it's not an anime per se. I gotta look it up. I'll let you know.
I'll watch it eventually. And to answer your question, I've already played Uncharted, so as you can imagine, I hate everything about that movie. And I've actually had arguments with my oldest kid and one of my cousins about the Uncharted movie because they're excited to see it because it's Tom Holland, and I hate everything about it because Tom Holland is the lead. Mark Wahlberg is Sully. That makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. And that's my problem with movies sometimes is they cast people that's hot just because. It's kind of like every time I see The Rock in the movie, I cringe.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that The Rock's a bad actor. It's not that I hate The Rock. It's, to me, he's kind of typecasted in a lot of movies I expect him to be in.
He definitely is, though.
So for you to go and cast Tom Holland, my question then becomes why? What is it about him other than him being the hot actor right now that you picked him?
Well, for that reason exactly. He's a hot actor. People are gonna see it just for him.
And I'll double down on that. He is a bad actor because he came out in a movie called Cherry. I haven't watched it yet, and I think it has something to do with being in the military, PTSD, and then some stuff he did when he came back. People trashed that movie. So as you can imagine, I stayed away from it even more. So I'll double down on that. What else you got on that list?
Hold on, I did confirm that Avatar is because it was made by Nickelodeon Animation
It's a cartoon?
Studios. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, I figured. Only cartoon I will watch.
Like
It's
it's
X-Men
it's
from Fox.
American animated television series.
Oh, then yeah, it's not authentic. It's like
No. Let's be clear. The
It's like-
people that wrote it and produced it and the people that animated it, brilliant. Like
I'm not saying they're not.
I'm just saying I don't know how Nickelodeon how it was pitched to them and why they took it up, but it's a phenomenal show.
But it's American. It's American made, so that's why they disclaim it. It's kind of like the black anime studio in Japan. Do you think they get the full credit of being an anime studio in Japan
Because they're black.
because they're black, or do you think it gets discredited because they're not Japanese?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't, but it probably is.
It's just how things work, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm sorry. Back to my list. Are we back to the list?
Yeah, we back to the list.
Okay.
The Rock does play itself every movie. Same as Will Smith. Every time I see Will Smith in a movie, I don't view him as the character he is. I view him as Will Smith. Prime example: Suicide Squad. That wasn't Deadshot. It was Will Smith.
Oh my gosh.
He even said Will Smith phrases.
Okay, you ready? Tokyo Ghoul. Phenomenal show for the first. I can't quite remember the seasons, but it was like the first, maybe two seasons.
You hated the second one.
No, it was like the first and the second one. Well, okay.
The third one came out like 2 years ago.
Well, then it was the third that I hated.
No, you hated the second.
Okay, well.
I watched the first one. I loved it. Slow build, but I loved the end. As I went into the second season, you saw me and you said, I'm not watching it. Third season didn't exist yet.
No, I don't think he popped off yet.
Yeah, he did. He pops off at the very end.
Of the first season?
Mm-hmm. The very end.
So,
he gets tortured.
Okay, so then I think when I started watching the second one, I was expecting him to like.
Nah, he was established like an agent or something like that.
Yeah, no.
It looked like.
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing that. I'm for the action. So nah. Ooh, Attack on Titan.
I've still have not finished that. I've got through a season and a half. I'll explain why I stopped. I plan to finish it, but you tell them why you're not watching it anymore.
Well, first of all, Attack on Titan is very personal to me because I fell in love with it.
Trash.
What, Attack on Titan is trash? Absolutely not.
The first 2 seasons of Attack on Titan was great. The rest is boo boo. That's how I started feeling.
Here's the thing. I read the manga. I read the entire thing. And I was in love the entire time. And it wasn't until how they ended it for me. I wasn't happy with the way it ended it. A lot of people have mixed feelings on that, but it could have been phenomenal. It just ended bad. The show was still great.
For me.
It did start to go down though. After season 3, it's just
oh, let me just close my mouth. Somebody disagrees. Well, that's 3 people that disagree.
3 people didn't like it?
I'm gonna tell y'all why I stopped. Do you know it's trash?
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why I stopped watching.
I disagree with that.
When I watched it, I was fully interested, fully invested because they were getting wrecked. I thought it was interesting. Aaron lost his parents. He goes and joins the military.
Why are you giving the son
Gets his wing because I'm giving you my angle to why I'm watching it. Gets his wings per se.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, he gets his wings. You get excited. Then the colossal titan shows up again.
And you're like, it's over.
Gets to another wall. But then, as we get through season 2 and they start going through the woods and all that stuff, and I started realizing how the Titans, like who the Titans were and how they work, I didn't care anymore. I didn't care at that point because to me, at that point, I said to myself, this is going to have a stupid explanation. And I never finished it. I kept saying to myself, I was going to watch it. Season 3 came out. I just never got to it because, again, I'm bad with shows. I just never went back to it.
You already know how I feel because we've talked about it and we read it together, so you already know.
Are you getting the Call of Duty skin for Attack on Titan?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It doesn't look anything like Levi. I'm not getting that.
Well, I read the article. It's not Levi. It's It's Daniel, the character in the first set of Selection, and that's just him wearing the outfit, and it has the animations and the execution, but it's not actually Levi. I don't know why they dubbed it the Levi pack instead of just saying the Attack on Titan pack. Them saying Levi automatically made people associate it with the actual character, which then made them say this looks nothing like him.
That's gonna look horrible.
And then sparked outrage as far as them comparing it to Fortnite and how those collabs actually resemble the people.
First of all games tend to hop on something popular and go, oh yeah, let's put a skin for it and put it in our game. It don't work every single time, and this is not one of those cases.
Well, Fortnite started it first. I may be wrong.
And
somebody fact check me.
They've gone overboard with it too. When Thanos popped in Fortnite, I said
that made me play Fortnite for the first time when I seen him there.
What's wrong with you now, child?
Find the gauntlet, turn into him.
Back to my list.
I had fun with Bruce Willis in Cold War, but go ahead.
Full Metal Alchemist. Repeat it again. Full Metal Alchemist.
Regular or Brotherhood?
Brotherhood. Sorry.
I agree with you.
Have to be clear. Although I did watch Full Metal Alchemist and was like, oh my god, this is horrible. And then I watched Brotherhood and was like, oh, this is the one you're supposed to watch.
Yeah, Brotherhood's the one.
I live by Brotherhood.
That's the one. I'm actually set to watch that again because it's been a while.
Yeah, I watch it. Well, you know me, I watch it twice a year. I'm gonna watch it. It's a ritual for me. It has to be watched constantly.
Yeah, that was the one.
It is amazing.
Are you skipping around?
Yeah, because I ain't watched some of these. I mean, you already know we are Dragon Ball Z fans. We have tattoos on our back. So,
yep.
Dragon Ball Z, we don't need to discuss.
No, let's discuss it.
Okay, go ahead. Wait. Anything after Cell, we're not discussing.
Well, we still haven't finished Super, and I haven't finished Super for obvious reasons because there's things a part of Super I don't agree with already. But can we discuss the fact that now they're releasing a new movie that's supposed to be trying to hype Gohan again after they wasted his character?
First of all, we're not going to do this. We're not going to hype Gohan after he was already there for Cell. We were already hyped. We were done. Okay? We were ready for this. What is he about to do? You gave me Saiyaman? We're done.
Yeah. He went to college.
Don't do it now. It's done.
He went to college, had a kid, became a wholesome man.
No, we're done.
It was a wasted character.
No, I'm done.
It's kind of like how they said the creator hates Vegeta. That's why he is always second.
I love Vegeta, though.
We all do, but he always gets shorthanded, and it's because of the creator potentially hating him.
No, you're right.
And I'm starting to agree. Vegeta hasn't had a real moment yet. Every time he gets one, Goku comes and takes it. And apparently there's another form for Goku.
Oh, goodness gracious. No.
I saw it the other day. I said, what?
What is this form?
I don't know. He's blue.
He was already blue.
He's bluer.
You mean is his skin blue?
He's bluer.
Other than the hair? Like
he's at his bluest.
Oh my gosh. No.
That is true. They love Goku. That's why I got hyped when Goku Black showed up. I was like, what is this?
But we were all waiting for Gohan after Cell. After seeing what he did, you could not tell me Gohan was not the best.
He was.
And then you made him trash afterwards. I was livid. I was done with it.
Piccolo was a wasted character too when you think about it.
I love Piccolo.
But he was
He's
wasted.
the black character for us.
He's Gohan's real father.
100% true.
Give me the next one.
This is the one. So I got One Piece.
I ain't watching it.
Well, you've said this on many.
I heard it's great.
It is.
I'm not watching it though.
Well, I haven't finished it.
It's 900 episodes.
I mean, I'm gonna be watching it until I'm like 50. But
y'all can have that. I don't have that much time.
I mean, I started it. It's pretty good already.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
It's 900 episodes. I can't do it. Even if I cut the fillers, I can't do it.
I'm doing pretty good with Naruto Shippuden. I'm on like episode 92 already.
That's why I won't finish Bleach for the same reason.
Oh, wait a minute.
I won't finish
You
Bleach.
didn't even let me finish the list. But if you're gonna throw Bleach out there, let
Bleach
me get in it.
Bleach was amazing.
Let me get in Bleach.
Wait.
Now, everybody was like, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you'll like Bleach, but it's under Dragon Ball Z. So that's why I never ever watched it, because people trashed it as far as you got to be one or the other. It's either Bleach or Dragon Ball Z. I never watched it.
Really?
I never watched it.
I watched one scene of two characters fighting in the woods, and I immediately said to myself, "This is a mature Dragon Ball Z."
Okay, there you go. So then, now I'm being told this as a child. So now as an adult,
I probably know who told you that.
yeah, right. So then as an adult, I watched Bleach. Bleach is amazing.
Yeah,
Do you hear me? Bleach is amazing. The character development. It is amazing.
But for me, it's episode count.
It does have.
I can watch.
And I hear it's coming back.
I can watch a movie. Okay. It's coming back.
Yeah, I heard something about that the other day that it's coming back. Somebody can fact check me on that though.
I need them to bring back High School of the Dead.
Yeah, that was
10. It was 10 episodes.
That was
never
always. Oh, I did just finish. What did I just finish? Assassination Classroom. Beautiful.
I started it and stopped it.
That was
There's nothing wrong with it. I just never finished it.
It's something if you want to watch real quick. Of course, Naruto's on the list.
That's just like Dead Man's. Was it Dead Man's Wonderland or something? I bought that.
You did, and we never finished it. Oh, we're running out of time. So the last anime we're gonna give you guys is the number one anime on this list, and it is. I'm gonna let you say it.
I can't see it. I'll bring it up.
Oh God, you and your glasses.
Oh, it's Demon Slayer. That's obvious.
Shoo!
That's obvious.
Shoo! Demon Slayer?
Yeah. That's the one.
That's
the current one.
And that's not just like the hype. That's
Man,
a really
you don't like
good
it?
show. Did he just say meh?
I think he disagrees.
No, dude. Demon Slayer? And first of all, for anyone who watches anime, I do not watch anime in English with the like dub. Just to be clear.
Put in the chat, dub the sub.
Yeah, let's get a count on that. Dubbed or sub? Let me see if we have real anime
I do both,
watchers.
Man. I do both.
No, you hate sub. Let's be clear.
No, I don't.
Like reading.
That's not true. That's not true.
Give it to me. Give me your reasons.
I grew up watching sub. So when I watched Dragon Ball, right, there was a channel. There was some community channel that was based for a different race. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It would show new episodes of Dragon Ball Z that were not out yet.
Okay.
But they would not be. It would have Japanese subtitles, but they weren't in English, and that's how I watched it. Which I then later learned it was
we ain't talking
actually.
about when you was a kid and you had a
That's what I'm saying to you.
Right now.
Right now, do watch it. Every anime is not worth it to me in subbed. It's not. If I watch My Hero, I cannot watch it any other way other than English.
If you can't watch an anime in its original language,
if I watch Tokyo Ghoul,
I cannot be with
has to be subbed.
There's only a couple of dubbed animes that I will watch first in Japanese and then watch after in English.
So you're saying what I'm saying? You're literally saying.
No, I have to watch it sub first. I have to watch it the way it was created.
But if you're that hard on subbed, you won't watch dubbed at all.
Well, I want to be a voice actor, so I have to watch some dubs.
No, that's a technicality. You can't do that.
No, technicality.
I'm coming
we
out
are
front, and
always gonna go.
but see, I'm coming out front, and I'm saying I watch both, but it depends on the anime. If you give me My Hero,
Okay, you're saying you'll watch it sub depending on the anime.
Depending
and I'm
on what
saying
it is.
I'll watch, but I still have to watch it sub regardless if I like it or not. You just won't watch it at all.
no, that's not true.
Okay, give me. Will you watch My Hero sub?
No,
There,
because
that's what I just said.
Because it's not worth watching subbed. I just said that.
Every anime.
Dragon Ball, I can watch both.
Every anime
Doesn't
made,
matter which one. You can throw it on, I'll watch it.
Listen, every anime made is made originally in Japanese.
Not Avatar.
We already decided that wasn't a Japanese animated show.
So that statement's not true.
The statement is true.
Half of America will call it an anime.
Half of America is wrong. You must watch it in its original audio. And then if you like it enough to watch it in dub, you can. But subbed is a must. Do you hear how they speak? Oh my God.
Yes.
It's beautiful listening to people speak Japanese.
Until they saying something about you don't know what it is.
No, I didn't say in the real world. I'm talking about anime strictly.
No, you gotta take that's my thinking kicking in. You gotta take it both ways. You can't take it like, oh,
we're not talking about the real world. We're
you
talking
can't
about
do that.
anime.
That's equivalent to when another race takes on to the culture of another one, but then doesn't want to embrace all of it.
What does me walking down the street hearing someone say something about me in a different language has to do with me loving to hear it?
So if
on a television show.
So if somebody says something about a woman
Okay.
negatively in an anime,
Yeah.
it makes you chuckle because
Yeah.
the anime is cool.
Yeah.
But then if you go to Japan and you hear that same phrase said at you,
Yep. I'm be like,
it's a problem.
I'm be like, hey man, this isn't anime. This is real life. I'll punch you in the face. What'd you say to me? What? What you got to say to that?
I'm just saying it depends on the anime. If I watch Full Metal, I can watch it in subbed.
My God.
If I watch Tokyo Ghoul, I can watch it in subbed.
But here's the thing.
Dragon Ball sub, Bleach subbed.
Anything subbed.
My Hero has to be dubbed because of their characters kind of resemble Dragon Ball. Same thing with Dragon Ball.
So you can hear Midoriya cry?
Why would I want to hear him in Jap?
Hey, he sounds a lot better crying in Japanese than that.
No, I've heard better in other animes, even Dragon Ball.
Well, it really depends on the voiceover artist. Really,
have you ever heard Vegeta complain in sub?
He sounds great though. Great.
Even
in
Goku with the high pitched voice in sub.
No, he sounds good in sub. We promise we won't talk about anime our next stream. We'll talk about something else.
We'll give y'all some
We'll
comments or something.
do
Maybe something.
marriage counseling.
We can do marriage counseling. We can even do a little bit of It Takes Two.
Oh yeah. I do love that game.
We argue during that game.
That game is straight stressful, but
It
good,
is.
but good for bonding time. What did Black Boy Chat say earlier? Spending time and going places. I felt like I went to a different place with you in that game, and that was our spending time together.
Oh, of course, we can have a guest speaker. We gonna have you on the show.
Oh, absolutely. And you can speak Japanese and everything. Absolutely.
And we can have these anime debates. That's probably gonna be a 2-hour pod.
Yeah, we're gonna have to prep for that.
I like this free balling.
Oh yeah, this is good.
This is
We
good.
are gonna try to have an agenda though next time.
Oh, here go one. Here go one. Can you watch the anime form of X-Men and Wolverine? The one that
The live action?
no,
Oh.
the anime. They made it anime. It was on Spike. It was on
I didn't
Netflix
even
for a little
know
bit.
that.
Yeah, it was on Netflix for a little bit too.
Sure. If it's an anime, if it's a Japanese animated show,
It was
I will
created.
watch
It was created that way.
Then I will watch it subbed.
I'm not gonna say you gonna like it.
I don't like a lot of things I watch, but I'll watch it. I'll give it a go. Yeah.
What's the anime you don't like?
That's a good question.
Because they answered the question. I won't watch Naruto for 2 reasons. The 2 reasons are the episode count.
We're supposed to be wrapping this up, and you keep asking me questions.
Yeah, I'm just asking you a question because I want to know. Episode count is why I won't watch it, and being a hardcore Dragon Ball fan.
So I can't. I don't know any animes right now that I don't like. But like I said earlier, I won't watch an anime depending on art. Like I'll turn it on, and if that art ain't popping, I ain't gonna do it.
I'm watching both. I'm watching dubbed and sub.
You missed the whole battle royale on dubbed and sub.
Yeah, I'm watching dubbed and sub, son.
He watches dub. I only watch sub.
I'm a variety critic. As you can tell, I watched The Last Airbender in the theater.
Anyhow, we're gonna come back next week, right?
We can make it next week.
Yeah. And and you didn't bring any for the homies. Dang.
You got
I
soup
do
with that
love a
grilled cheese, or you
mean-
just made grilled
I
cheese
love
by
a mean
itself?
grilled cheese though. I really do. That's right. Go ahead, Black Boy Chad.
That's exactly what
That's
I said.
how
though.
that's how we're leaving this our very first podcast. Sub first, then dub.
I said that though.
Okay, all right. So you agree with me? See, and that's bonding. That's how we bond.
He said he could cut it in fours.
The grilled cheese?
So it's gonna be me, you, finger, and wife.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 slices right there.
That crust better be like real crisp though. Yeah, I don't want no soggy crust now.
You gotta have soup on the side too. You know what? That's what we should do
Tomato
for dinner.
soup?
We should do
Yeah, I
for
know.
dinner.
We need to make those heathens feel a rough dinner night. All they get is good food.
Nah, they getting grilled cheese tonight.
They need to get milk and bread. That's what they need, milk and bread.
All right,
Slave
people.
time. All right, see you guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We catch you guys next week, and
And
feel free to hit us up for any guest appearances. We down for that.
yeah, what do the cool kids say? Do they like say their name and stuff and then say follow and like and subscribe? But we don't have any of that stuff yet.
Now we got something set up. I'll get it out so everybody can join us on that channel as well, and then also be sure to check me out later as I stream, ready or not,
Yeah.
as I
Yeah,
play.
when you get on here.
Yeah, me and Black Boy Chad, we got a thing going there. We play Crooked Cops, so check us out.
Only blacks. All right, guys. We're out. Thank you.
All right, people.